How make confidence in speaking. Lily always dreamt of speaking English fluently, but a daunting wall of fear stood between her and every potential conversation. The mere thought of opening her mouth to utter a single English word sent shivers down her spine. She admired how people spoke English effortlessly, seemingly born with an innate confidence she desperately lacked. This pervasive shyness was a constant burden, limiting her growth. Her biggest question lingered: how make confidence in speaking? Every online search felt overwhelming, a maze of unhelpful tips. Lily felt trapped in a silent world, observing others communicate with ease. She yearned for a breakthrough, a simple path to overcome her intense apprehension. The desire to truly express herself in English burned within her, a quiet, persistent fire. The thought of how to talk to anyone in English seemed like an insurmountable mountain. Each encounter felt like a test she was destined to fail. She'd rehearse sentences in her head, only for them to vanish the moment someone looked her way. The pressure of perfection paralyzed her, preventing even the simplest greetings from escaping her lips, leaving her feeling inadequate. Her breakthrough began with a single, simple concept: listen and practice. Lily realized that before she could speak, she needed to absorb. She started dedicating hours each day to listen English, immersing herself in podcasts, movies, and audiobooks. This was the silent, foundational work, building her understanding of natural rhythms and common phrases. She paid meticulous attention to how people speak English, observing intonation and stress patterns. This wasn't just passive listening, it was an active analysis of native speakers. Lily began to notice how words blended together, how accents varied, and how different emotions were conveyed through tone. It was a revelation, demystifying the spoken word. Next came the crucial step: how to learn words. Lily stopped trying to memorize endless lists. Instead, she focused on words in context, learning phrases and collocations. She created flashcards with example sentences, truly understanding how each word was used in everyday conversation, not just its dictionary definition. This approach made vocabulary stick. Taking the first step for talking was terrifying, yet essential. Lily started small, very small. She began by talking to herself in front of a mirror, describing her day, narrating her actions. It felt awkward initially, but it was a safe space to make mistakes and experiment with her pronunciation, building a tiny reservoir of courage. Then, she moved to recording her voice. Listening to her own English speaking felt strange, even cringe-worthy at first. But it allowed her to identify areas for improvement, pinpointing mispronounced words or awkward pauses. This self-assessment was a powerful tool, providing objective feedback that friends might hesitate to offer, accelerating her progress. Lily understood that true progress involved interaction. The question, how to talk to people in pairs, became her next mission. She searched online for language exchange partners, focusing on finding someone patient and encouraging. This was a significant leap, moving from solitary practice to real-time, two-way communication, an exciting challenge. Her first few pair conversations were clumsy. She stumbled over words, her mind raced, and her sentences often trailed off awkwardly. Yet, her partner, a kind student from Canada, was incredibly supportive. They focused on simple topics, building basic fluency before venturing into more complex discussions. It was a safe harbor for her budding confidence. These paired conversations became her training ground. Lily found that making mistakes wasn't the end of the world, it was a natural part of the learning process. Her partner provided gentle corrections, and she started repeating phrases correctly, internalizing them. This regular, low-pressure interaction significantly boosted her comfort level. She started implementing specific, talking tips learned from online tutorials and her partner. One tip was to focus on fluency over accuracy initially, allowing her to speak more freely. Another was to ask open-ended questions, shifting some of the conversational burden to the other person, easing her own pressure. Another tip she embraced was the power of paraphrasing. If she didn't know a specific word, she learned to describe it using simpler terms. This kept the conversation flowing and prevented those awkward silences that used to terrify her. It was a liberating technique, empowering her to communicate even with limited vocabulary. Her confidence began to blossom. The fear of judgment slowly receded as she realized most people were genuinely happy to hear her try. Every small success, every completed sentence, fueled her motivation to continue pushing her boundaries. The initial dread was gradually replaced by a quiet sense of accomplishment, a newfound belief in her abilities. Lily then started challenging herself to talk to anyone in English, not just her language partner. She began initiating conversations with international students on campus, asking for directions in tourist areas, and even ordering coffee in English. Each interaction, no matter how brief, was a victory, a testament to her progress. She carried a small notebook to jot down new words or phrases she heard during these encounters. This immediate application of new vocabulary solidified her learning. It was active language acquisition, reinforcing her understanding of how people speak English in real-world scenarios, making her learning incredibly practical and efficient. Her strategy evolved into a mantra: listen and practice, then speak. She'd listen to a news report, try to summarize it aloud, and then find someone to discuss it with. This cyclical approach of input and output accelerated her learning exponentially, making the language feel increasingly natural and accessible. The fear of making mistakes, once a giant obstacle, transformed into a learning opportunity. Lily started embracing errors, seeing them as signposts for improvement. She'd laugh at her own blunders, ask for clarification, and then try again. This resilient mindset was crucial for her continuous growth. She discovered that, how people speak English wasn't about perfection, but about effective communication. Native speakers often made grammatical errors or used informal language. It was about getting the message across. This realization alleviated immense pressure, allowing her to be more natural and authentic. One day, a new student approached Lily, hesitantly asking, "How make confidence in speaking?" Lily smiled, remembering her own journey. She shared her story, emphasizing the importance of small, consistent steps and the power of finding a supportive community. It felt incredibly rewarding to help someone else. She advised the student to start by actively listening English, not just passively hearing it. Immerse yourself, she urged, in everything from podcasts to movies. Pay attention to the rhythm, the intonation, and how words connect. It's the foundation upon which all your speaking confidence will be built, trust me. Lily then demonstrated how to learn words effectively, suggesting context-based learning over rote memorization. Don't just learn a word, she explained, learn phrases where it's used. This helps you understand its nuances and how people truly speak English in various situations, making your vocabulary much more active. She emphasized the importance of taking that terrifying first step for talking. Start alone, she recommended, talk to yourself, record your voice. It feels silly, but it builds muscle memory and reduces the initial shock of hearing your own voice in English. It's your private boot camp. Lily then passionately advocated for how to talk to people in pairs. Find someone patient, she advised, and commit to regular practice. This is where real-time problem-solving happens. It's a safe space to make mistakes and receive immediate feedback, which is invaluable for building fluency. She shared her personal, talking tips for overcoming fear. Focus on getting your message across, not on perfection, she said. Ask questions, paraphrase, and don't be afraid to say, "Can you repeat that?" or "What does that mean?" Most people are happy to help, believe me. Lily encouraged the student to remember that, how to talk to anyone in English is a journey, not a destination. Every conversation, no matter how brief, is a victory. Celebrate those small wins. The more you speak, the less daunting it becomes, and the more natural it feels over time. Her own transformation was profound. From a shy individual who dreaded uttering a single English word, she had become a confident communicator, comfortable engaging in deep discussions. Her journey was a testament to perseverance and the right strategies, proving that confidence isn't innate but built. She started organizing small English conversation groups on campus, helping others navigate their own learning curves. Lily shared her personal strategies for how to learn words effectively, focusing on practical application rather than just memorization. Her experience resonated deeply with the participants. These sessions became a hub for students to listen and practice together. Lily created a supportive environment where making mistakes was encouraged, not feared. She introduced fun activities that made learning enjoyable, reinforcing the idea that language acquisition should be an exciting adventure. The participants learned valuable, talking tips from Lily, such as using filler words naturally to buy time or how to steer a conversation when feeling lost. These practical techniques empowered them to feel less overwhelmed during spontaneous interactions, making speaking less intimidating. Lily taught them the importance of observing how people speak English in different contexts, from formal presentations to casual chats. She showed them how to pick up on idiomatic expressions and cultural nuances, enriching their understanding beyond just grammar. It was holistic learning. Many students asked her, "How make confidence in speaking like you, Lily?" She always responded by sharing her initial struggles, emphasizing that confidence is a muscle that strengthens with consistent exercise, especially through regular, low-pressure conversations. She stressed the significance of taking the first step for talking, however small it might seem. Don't wait until you feel ready, she advised. You'll never feel 100% ready. Just start, even if it's just speaking to yourself. Action creates momentum. Lily also highlighted the immense benefit of how to talk to people in pairs. A good language partner is a goldmine, she explained. They provide a safe space to experiment, make mistakes, and receive constructive feedback without judgment. It's like having a personal coach. She always emphasized that to talk to anyone in English, one must first overcome the mental block. It's more about courage than perfect grammar, she'd say. People appreciate the effort. Don't let the fear of imperfection stop you from connecting with others. Her journey began with the simple act of listening English intently. She shared how immersing herself in authentic materials laid the groundwork for understanding natural speech patterns and building a passive vocabulary, essential before active production. Lily's story became an inspiration. She showed that the path to fluency is paved with consistent effort, smart strategies, and a willingness to step outside one's comfort zone, little by little. Her personal growth was truly remarkable. She often reflected on the days when she couldn't utter a single complete sentence without immense anxiety. Now, she conversed freely, discussing complex ideas, even cracking jokes in English, a stark contrast to her former self. It was a complete transformation. Her advice to everyone eager to improve was always consistent: listen and practice, every single day. Even 10 minutes makes a difference. Consistency is your secret weapon in this journey of language acquisition and confidence building. The key, she explained, was integrating English into daily life. Not just as a subject to study, but as a living, breathing tool for communication. This shift in perspective made learning feel less like a chore and more like an exciting exploration. Lily's influence grew. Students sought her out for advice, inspired by her journey from crippling shyness to eloquent self-expression. She became a mentor, a living example of how to make confidence in speaking a reality for anyone. She often recounted her early attempts at pair conversations, highlighting the awkward silences and fumbled words. She wanted others to know that struggle was normal, and perseverance was the true path to improvement. Embrace the messiness. Her focus on how to learn words actively, not just passively, was a game-changer for many. She encouraged them to use new vocabulary immediately in sentences, integrating it into their active speaking rather than just recognizing it. Lily's most important talking tip was to prioritize communication over perfection. Get your message across, even if it's not grammatically perfect. People respond to effort and clarity, not flawless accuracy, she often reiterated, alleviating much pressure. She showed them that observing how people speak English in their natural environment provided invaluable insights into real-world usage. It was about learning the language as it lived and breathed, not just from textbooks. Her journey was a powerful reminder that every confident speaker was once a beginner, and that the biggest barrier often isn't lack of ability, but lack of courage to take that first step for talking. Bravery opens doors. Lily's transformation was not just about speaking English, it was about transforming her entire self-perception. She became more outgoing, more adventurous, and more connected to the global community, all thanks to her newfound voice. She encouraged everyone to listen English without fear of not understanding everything. Focus on the gist, she advised. Over time, your comprehension will improve dramatically. It's like building a puzzle, piece by piece. Her story, filled with practical advice on how to talk to anyone in English, resonated deeply because it was authentic. It wasn't about quick fixes but about sustainable, empowering strategies that truly worked for real people. Lily's simple yet profound philosophy was, start small, be consistent, and never stop trying. This approach, she proved, was the true secret to unlocking one's full potential in speaking English with genuine confidence. She proved that the answer to how make confidence in speaking lies in consistent, brave steps, and a willingness to learn from every interaction. Your voice is waiting to be heard, just like hers. Her unwavering belief in the power of practice and persistence inspired countless individuals to embark on their own language learning adventures. Lily's legacy was one of empowerment and effective communication strategies. She championed the idea that every mistake made while speaking English was a badge of honor, a sign of effort and courage. It means you're trying, she'd say, and that's what truly counts on this journey. Lily's path from silence to powerful expression serves as a beacon for anyone asking how to learn English and gain fluency. It's a journey accessible to all, with the right mindset and actionable strategies. Her story culminated in a profound sense of liberation. No longer bound by fear, Lily embraced every opportunity to communicate, her voice now a confident, clear expression of her vibrant personality and ideas. She taught that taking the first step for talking is the hardest but most crucial. Once that barrier is crossed, the path unfolds, leading to incredible growth and self-assurance in speaking English freely. Lily's transformation became a living blueprint for others, demonstrating that the ability to talk to anyone in English is not a distant dream but an achievable goal through dedication and the right techniques. Her profound understanding of how people speak English, gleaned from extensive listening and active practice, allowed her to connect genuinely with others on a deeper, more meaningful level. Ultimately, Lily showed that confidence in speaking isn't about innate talent, but about strategic practice, consistent effort, and a fearless approach to communication. Your voice matters, so let it be heard. Her final message to all aspiring English speakers was simple yet powerful: just begin. Listen, practice, talk to people in pairs, apply the tips, and watch your confidence soar. The world awaits your voice.